morning. Let's go get your food. What? Excuse me. Excuse me. You hungry? Out there. Red. Morning. Good morning. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Jeff here at Ferko Family Farm. If you're new to our channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below and don't forget to hit that bell. Stay alert when we release new videos. All right guys, well, it's quite warm this morning. I'm already beaten up with sweat, but we had to get up here to the barn because we need to set up a enclosure or a shaded shelter area for some new animals that are coming to the farm. This is kind of a last minute thing. We didn't expect to have the movement so quick on these particular animals, but all the stars kind of aligned and it worked out. So we got to come up here and do some prep work for those new animals. And I don't know when exactly they're going to come, if they're coming today, tomorrow, within the next week, but either way, they're going to be coming here in the very near term. So we have to get up here and get the shade shelter put up, and then we need to swap out the pig barrels that we have for the girls out back. Right now they're using the old clear barrel that's got algae and whatnot. That was the first barrel we built. What I plan on doing is taking this spare black barrel that we have, which is right over here. All right, we'll take this black barrel here. We made this extra one. It's already got 2 nipples in it. We're gonna take this barrel, replace it, swap it out with the old barrel, and then we're gonna take that old barrel, cut it in half, and we'll have a trough for minerals and whatnot for the bigger animals when they're here. So a few things that we need to adjust and change and update here in the pasture, I should say, today. So we're gonna work on that, Jerry and I right now, and try to come up with a design. We have an idea what we can do with what's the The chute, yeah. Oh, we got an old chute that's setting up that we took apart. It used to be in front of the barn here. We're gonna take that and kind of put that together and probably put some sort of tarp over the top, but how we hold the tarp up, I'm not sure. And again, this is just gonna be temporary right now because I have plans to eventually build like a mobile shelter that we can pull around. The goal is like 9 by 16 that we're gonna be able to pull around, but until we get the materials and the time to get that built and whatnot, we need to put something up here temporary. And I think the chute's gonna be our best solution. So Jerry and I are gonna go ahead and grab this chute out, and we're gonna start getting in position and see what we can do to come up with a design here. All right, so that's the gate part. This should be the 2 panels. It's not super heavy, it's just kind of bulky. Let's see. I think we're gonna go somewhere in here. All right, let's get the gate part and then we can stand it all up and somewhat put it together. We're gonna hit the top there, so just be careful. There we go. All right, push it up so it's kind of, I mean, it's not perfect. It's gonna be bent because this thing is bent up over here. All right, so the first order of business is just gotta stand them up vertical. All right, Garth, watch out, bud. Watch out. Oof, oof, oof.
Yeah, I didn't know if you want to do this one.
I'm not worried about it now of being a temporary shelter, but what we can do is just pick this up and is there another is there another clip over on that end? This is just a piece. I'm gonna put T-posts in to strengthen, but I also need open it up a little bit. And then the idea to tarp it, if we have something to raise up here, we put these garden stakes that we had in here. Now, we thought of originally just keeping them up here and tying to the top so that we can run a rope to that. My concern was weight of it raining or whatnot on a tarp. That weight would break these, and I just tested the theory and I was correct. We're gonna use these as pins, so you can see on this other side, I just took one of these 1-inch PVC pipe that we've had, use them as a guideline, use these pins here, the garden stakes, as a pin to guide this, and then we're gonna run that rope, the heavy duty rope through here, tied off on the end, tied off on there, and that gives us this PVC as a frame brace instead of just a piece of rope there. Here. And then this thing stops falling off. All right, here we go. We've got the chute set up with the rope and PVC piping down it to give us guard lines for a tarp. And now it's kind of like a lean-to, essentially, is what we have here. A makeshift lean-to allows them to go in from the low end. Technically, we could have made it from the big end and opened the gate, but I wanted to secure it against the fence to give it a little bit more stability. But yeah, so we got the rope pulled in and that's all good to go. We still need to go get a tarp, so I'll have to run to the store here a little bit later this afternoon. The next thing we need to do is gotta replace the water barrel back here. The girl's water barrel is gonna be used to be for a trough, so we're gonna cut that up. And before we do that, we've gotta get the new water barrel put in place. This water barrel here is gonna have to come out back, but before we do that, Jerry's back there prepping the area right now. We might need to get this block here. We'll see if we need it or not. We're gonna put it up against a tree back there in the paddock. We'll get that filled up and then we'll be able to drain out the old one and use that for the trough, like I said. I have this. Probably need to grab another one. Here's the second one, and I'll go get the barrel. Can't see pigs in the way.
Where are we going with it? Like right there?
Yeah, just somewhere around the mid. Hey, nosy. No.
They also nosy.
There. It's not that bad, actually. It's the heat, yeah. We wanted to get the barrel out of the walkway because those tree stumps are gonna get removed eventually, and this is gonna be a walkway up around the pig paddocks. We're gonna have a gate here, a 4-foot gate that we wanna put here. Got the barrel set up over here now. It'll be their new watering hole. Yeah, we're literally just gonna take this barrel. We're gonna cut this in half so we have like a trough for feed or minerals for the other animals in the pasture. I'll probably build a little wood stand for that to be mounted to, maybe with a little roof or something, canopy over top of it. Not right away, but eventually. I'm just gonna dump this barrel out here. Girls are gonna love it.
We're not worried about the nipple, right?
No, you can spin it a little bit. Pigs are doing good out here, little piglets. They're keeping their feet up by their house up there, their water, and they explore the run. They've been socializing. They like to go and socialize with Big Red, who I think he's in this mud hole right now.
Yeah.
He's out there in his mud hole. But they talk to each other a lot, and girls absolutely love the feed bags. We give them a feed bag every once in a while, and man, they're like dogs. They run around with it. Play with it for hours. All right, nice and filled up. There we go. Now that the barrel's done and filled up back here for them, the next thing to do is just take the old barrel. We got to cut that in half, and we'll use that as a trough for the pasture. All right, guys, so we took a break, and then our well had issues. We had no water in the house, no water here at the spigots up at the garden and the barn. Had a little scary moment there. We had to do some troubleshooting. So we lost a day, actually 2 days, to troubleshooting the water. It ended up being a pressure switch in our well pump. Got that taken care of thanks to Dan, our neighbor. He actually came over and diagnosed it for us. But it's also been extremely hot here. And when I say extremely hot, in the hundreds here. So it's hard to work out here during the day. Just completely drenched in sweat and kind of feel completely drained physically. But we haven't had an opportunity to get back up here and work on the barrel. So it looks like there's gonna be a potential storm rolling in here, which is good and bad. Good thing is it's cloud cover, keeps the temperature down here, and there's a good breeze blowing. But the bad issue is that race the storm coming in here and try to beat it from soaking us down. But anyways, on the barrel, what we want to do, ideally the goal is to cut this in half right here on top and then down the sides. Now, there's a seam that I could use right here to follow. But the issue is I'm gonna have to go through these ports. So I don't really wanna do that. I could come above it and kind of follow the line here. And what that will do is give us a nice half here, or a little over half, and then this piece would be kind of junk. Now, because we have the lid in here, the issue is that if we were to cut it like you're supposed to on these barrels, which is right between the middle of these outlets to give us two even halves, when you go to mount it, the top part of the half is gonna have a hole, but I think we're gonna have to just do it that way anyways. I'll unscrew this, take this off, and then what we'll do is go right through the middle here. Cut this, cut the sides, cut the bottom, and then we'll have two halves. So I think right now I'm gonna go ahead and get them cut. All right, we'll get this split in half just like this. We'll pick it up and drop it. There we go, just like that. Now I've got two halves for little troughs. This stuff here is just some old dried up algae. It'll actually flake out, but we'll rinse these out a little bit. And then I have another idea what we could do using them in a little bit of framing. We got some scrap 2x4s that we had up at the greenhouse, and I'm gonna use these. Ideally, what I wanna do is just build a frame around it so it can be elevated off the ground a little bit. Not that this is a real big problem. I mean, the animals will eat out of it the way it is. I just thought about framing in something like this on both sides and making a table so it elevates it up in the air. I don't know, 2 feet or so, 1.5 feet. So just gonna have to measure out some 2x4s to cut out, and then we can frame up around the outside of that and try to get it on a stand. All right, so here's what I came up with. You can see we just kind of essentially took the boards, measured them the length of the barrel itself, and then we just used a couple screws and we screwed in each side nice and tight. And then I have 4 legs and the cross members. Now I still have 2 more boards that I would like to put across as additional support, just like this, just to kind of stiffen it up a little bit. However, one, I don't have any more exterior wood screws. Well, I should, I just can't find them. We have to get those. But 2, the storm has arrived, and it looks like the sky is about to fall any minute. So I'm just gonna get this kind of set up out of the way and take shelter right now while the storm passes through, and we'll pick back up later. All right, the storm's just passed. We waited it out a little bit, grabbed some dinner. The sky looks a little gnarly still, but not too bad. I don't think it's gonna rain here short term. Couldn't find any long screws for that support leg on a new trough feeder, so just go and grab some nails. We'll throw those in, and we should be good to go. Stop by the garden though. There's some things Jerry's been doing out here. What are you working on right now? Look how big the okra plants are.
Picking okra.
Okra plant is so much taller than you. I mean, technically,
It's taller than you too.
way taller than me. You see that? There's some biggest okra plants that we've ever had. I didn't realize that they can grow this big. All right, so Jerry came out here, and I know she's pulled up the zucchini and squash rows, so both of them have been cleared out, both sides up and down, and have been weeded, and those are taken care of. What else has been done?
I was working on pulling out beans and some cucumbers.
Oh yeah, so all the cucumbers, you'll notice a lot of them are yellowing up, and man, we've got a ton of cucumbers. We got so many cucumbers this year, the pigs don't even want them anymore. They're getting so tired of getting them. So we're gonna get all these plants out, take all the cucumber plants out, and then I believe Crowder peas or red hull.
I have some purple hull I'm gonna put there.
Or that's what I meant, purple hull. Purple hull beans are gonna go in there so they can grow up on the vine up, I should say, up on the trellis there. We already have the purple hulls are over there. Those are the bushy looking beans over there. We've got quite a bit of harvest. We've eaten those a few times at dinner as well, and they've been delicious. But we've been getting cantaloupes and watermelons, a whole bunch of green beans, had some onion, of course, squash, zucchini, and the cucumber, okra, tomato. Our corn didn't really turn. It got stunted because we didn't have enough water for it when it was in the early stages. So that stinks. No corn for us, but we'll be able to feed that to the animals, so it's still not going to waste. There we go. All right, there we go. The trough feeder for the pasture is all finished. Now, I could put another support up here on the top. It feels pretty sturdy the way it is, so I'm just gonna leave it the way it is instead of using any more wood up. We're gonna go with that. It should hold up just fine. And again, this is just for minerals and some grain for the new animals that are gonna be coming out here in the pasture real soon. And we got a tarp finally at the store yesterday, so we're gonna get that tarp put up hopefully in the next few days. All right, guys, I appreciate everyone following along on today's video. You know, it took us a couple days to get these few tasks done as far as the shelter. We've got the barrel cut in half and put together a nice little pasture barrel trough to use out there. We still have the other half of the trough, and I have an idea that would work for the girls, for the big pigs. I might end up doing some sort of trough out there and get rid of the gravity feeder, but we'll see. I haven't really finalized those plans yet. But again, I appreciate everyone following along on today's video. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down there, guys. It really does mean a lot to me. Share your videos with your friends and family. You know, sharing them, the views and the watch hours and whatnot help us grow out our channel here and allow us to do what we do here on the farm. So again, I'm very appreciative of everyone that's followed along. All right, guys. Well, until next time, we'll see you later. Take it easy.